Hello. Now, if you've watched this channel for a little while, you'll probably know I'm into Formula 1. Don't have too many logs about that, but I have mentioned it a couple of times. One was when it was proposed Formula 1 should be in the Olympics, which I don't think would work. And the other one, I confess, I like McLaren, and I'm a bit disappointed that they're in a bit of a slump at the moment, and I want them to return to winning ways. But what's good about Formula 1, love it or hate it, I like the fight for the championship, because what they're all trying to do is become the world champion and have the right to proudly display the #1 on their car the following season and defend it. Now, throughout that season, rivalries develop between teams, and what's more exciting, I think, is actually the inter-team rivalry as well, where they're trying to get one over their teammate or try and get some revenge or some vengeance so they can declare they're #1 and boss the team. Now, the Formula 1 season 2016, which just finished, the Mercedes team were dominant as they were last season, so the championship was pretty much between Nico Rosberg of Germany and Lewis Hamilton. Rosberg won 9 races and Hamilton won 10, but Rosberg was more consistent throughout the series and Lewis was dogged by a few mechanical failures, and in the end Rosberg won by 5 points. So he had 385 and Hamilton had 380. The previous 2 seasons, Hamilton had won the championship with Nico in his wake, and Nico's finally overturned him, so he won the championship, although coming second in the last 4 races. So I was happy for him. I thought, well done. So next season, Mercedes will have 2 world champions. A determined driver like Lewis Hamilton would want to get his own back. They've had crashes before in the past, so they're both determined to win. So that's really pretty much setting up 2017 as an awesome season. Rosberg next season will have the #1 and Hamilton will be trying to get that back. What could be better, one would have thought. Then, literally a few days afterwards, Nico Rosberg announces that he's going to retire from Formula 1. What? What? Why? I mean, he's only 31 years old. Jenson Button, this was his last season, was 36. Felipe Massa, they both had long seasons. Or long careers, was 35. Why would you retire at 31? You've got the chance to go round next season as the reigning world champion with respect, have the #1 on your car, try and win it again, try and do the double. You're going to be in a respected team. Why would you retire? It's irritated me no end. You need a defending champion each season to make it a bit more exciting, I think. No! Now, here's what Rosberg said to the press. I'll read it out because it's a few paragraphs here. This is the reason why he decided to retire as world champion. Right. I have climbed my mountain. I'm at the peak. So this feels right. Retiring, that is. For 25 years in racing, it has been my dream, my one thing, to become Formula 1 champion. Through the hard work, the pain, the sacrifice, this has been my target, and now I've made it. So he's made it, and he's not defending it, he's gone. He's got a young daughter as well, so whether he wants to spend more time with her, because Formula 1 round the place, the world, takes up a lot of time. I mean, respect to Nico Rosberg, I can see the reasoning, but as a Formula 1 fan, I was really starting to like that Nico Rosberg-Hamilton dynamic. Sometimes they were friends, sometimes they was barely talking to each other. And now with the confidence Rosberg would have brought forward as the world champion, Hamilton is triple world champion of course, but 2 of those come with Mercedes. Rosberg's first one of course is Mercedes. That could have been some sort of like Ayrton Senna Prost sort of thing, and there would have been some skullduggery again. We've been robbed of that. But at the end of the day, respect Rosberg, but oh man. Now as well, quite often one car is dominant, so it has been previously just between 2 drivers. Now because Nico Rosberg has announced his retirement so late in the season, so after it's finished, the big name drivers, all I would have thought, have got contracts with their other teams, because they would get that in quite early. So who's going to be Lewis Hamilton's teammate then? He needs a bit of competition. If you're going to be someone that's inexperienced and an unknown, he'll just get over those and just run away with the championship. The one hope is in 2017 there's a major rule change with the cars. Now, I think Mercedes are going to be quickest again because they seem to have a bit in hand, but you never know. One of the big teams like Ferrari or McLaren might step up, take an advantage where no one else has thought of in some part of the car. But, you know, just saying worst case scenario, Lewis Hamilton needs a driver next to him that's going to push him so there'll be a fight for the championship. Otherwise, it'll be like when he was at McLaren with Kovalainen, and there was no disrespect to Kovalainen, but Hamilton was much faster. He's just going to drive away. So who can be in Hamilton's team then? I mean, Rosberg isn't going to change his mind. I don't think anyway. So Mercedes got a bit of a problem. Now, Fernando Alonso is the obvious person to think of, but he would be contracted, I'd imagine, to McLaren for next season. To buy him out of his contract, there, I'd imagine it costs quite a few millions, so it's not really attractive to Mercedes. Then you've got the Red Bull drivers of Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen has a meteoric rise, only about 19, 20 years old. I'd imagine Red Bull have already got a contract on him and Daniel Ricciardo because they're a good team together. You've got Sebastian Vettel with Ferrari, and he's a bit disgruntled with them, but I'd imagine he'd be contracted, and with the major rule changes and being at a team as big as Ferrari, he'd probably want to stay. Kimi Raikkonen as well, I bet his contract was already signed, sealed, delivered. Valtteri Bottas of Williams, maybe, but I think the most likely, I think Mercedes would probably go for a German driver. So you're looking at Pascal Wehrlein, who's only been in Formula 1 season for Manor, got a lot to learn. It probably suit Mercedes if they got the fastest car to have a distinct number one driver that they can do preference to with a support driver, so there's less arguments within the team. Oh man, why is there no 2017? Why is there no defending champion? It just annoys me. The only hope, the only thing we can grip onto, because some people think Formula 1's boring, so you need these collisions, you need people fighting against each other and stuff. And Mercedes, if it's just one car and Hamilton, it's going to be a bore fest. So the one hope is that other teams catch up and take advantage of these rules. But no defending champion, no number one car. Nico Rosberg. Ugh.